Zach Gelb and Mike Zahn here with you, taking you up until noon Eastern time, where the Temple Sports Hour comes your way. Time the WHIP studios is 11:12. We are very excited to get out of the cold that is Philadelphia and head down to Boca Raton for the Boca Raton Bowl, as it's the Temple Owls going up against the Toledo Rockets. And you can listen to that game right here on Philly's #1 college radio station with pregame coverage beginning at 6:30 on December 22nd. And talking about the Temple football team, we're now joined by the starting left tackle for that team, and that is Dion Dawkins, who's kind enough to grace us with his presence in the WHIP studios. Dion, what's happening, my big fella?
What's up, man? You already know. It's your boy.
Right?
How you doing?
I love that. Dion's on Snapchat, and every Snapchat Dion has, he always starts it off with, "You already know it's your boy D Dawks." You have some fun on that Snapchat.
Yeah, I love it, man.
So, really, taking a look back at that Houston game, you obviously wanted to win the game, being in the inaugural American Athletic Conference Championship, but that didn't happen. You guys got off to a slow start with those 2 turnovers early in the game. Matt Rule always talks about being ready for the moment and embracing the moment. Do you guys think you were ready for that moment on that stage?
I feel like we were ready, but those those turnovers really hurt us, and some of the guys mindsets changed once the turnovers happened, and it just kind of fell apart. But after halftime, and we came together and had a better second half.
Going into that game, Tom Herman, the coach of Houston, said that your offensive line was the best in the American Athletic Conference. And I think you would agree that you guys struggled in that matchup on Saturday. And also in the final 5 minutes, the clock management wasn't at its finest hour. In those 2 departments, with the offensive line and clock management, what did you see go wrong in those areas?
Well, first of all, I highly agree that we are the best offensive line in the conference, and maybe somewhere strong in the country. But some of the blitz really hurt us, the inside pressure, it was just coming, and they were green dogging and sending guys late, and it just kind of messed up with our slides and our rules. So it kind of hit us hard, and I guess that we were shocked, and it just happened.
Well, yeah, whenever you get in a championship game, you want to win it, and that wasn't the case for you guys on that Saturday. And from people I talked to, a lot of guys were down after the game. They were clearly frustrated, but now you eventually have to move on. What was the flight like on the way back to Temple, and how do you guys move on and get ready for the bowl game?
And the flight back was just kind of and it was sad. Everybody, and was sad. All of the younger guys, I'm a junior, and I felt we let the seniors down. We wanted to send the seniors into the next part of their life and with the championship, and we couldn't do that for them. And I really felt bad for and my man Kyle and Tyler. But those are two guys, and I just felt we let the team down.
We're talking to the starting left tackle for the Temple Owls football team, and Dion Dawkins. And with you being the left tackle, it's arguably one of the most important positions on the offensive line, because most quarterbacks are right-handed, so you're protecting that blind side. Do you want to just tell the listeners at home how important it is to protect that blind side?
It's very important to protect the quarterbacks and blind side, because the quarterback is dependent on you to do your job at a high level every play. And if I do one thing wrong, I could basically end the quarterback's career, because I could come and hit him right in his rib or an upper head shot, and it could take a real toll and on PJ. And because I am the left tackle, I take it very serious, with my playbooks and all of my plays and the way that I practice. I take it serious just so I could perform at a high level for PJ and the rest of my team.
I know you had a little bit of a rough offseason off the field. Did you have a little chip on your shoulder, and did you overcome adversity this season going into it?
Yes. I was very thankful to be allowed to play in football, and I just played every play. It was at my last play, and every game it was at my last game.
There were a lot of good games this year, obviously, as you guys are right now 10-3, looking to go 11-3 on the season. What do you think was your most complete 60-minute effort as an entire team?
60-minute effort? I feel that the Notre Dame game was our best game. That's a game to remember. And if I had a chance to play them again, I would love to play Dame one more time.
Really, with that Notre Dame game, it was a week that put Temple football on the map. Everyone was talking about your special season, starting the year off beating Penn State, then backing it up against Cincinnati. But from a national perspective, when you bring in a College game day, when you bring in ABC and they broadcast the game, that really gets a lot more attention placed on this program. Just going back to that Notre Dame week, what were you experiencing as a player with the increased attention to Temple football?
Overall, and the team was obviously like excited for a quick second that college like game day and was coming, but like we downplayed any game. It's just that next game, and if we were to make the game overwhelming, then it could take us out of our gameplay, and which is what the coaches stressed and just like forced on us. Like, it's just that next game. College and game day is just a thing, and Notre Dame is just another team. So we just took it like as the next game, which exactly and what it was, that next game.
Was the Notre Dame game the best atmosphere you ever been a part of, or was it the Penn State game, or even that Houston ASC championship game?
I would say that the Notre Dame atmosphere was amazing, like the crowd and everything, but Penn State's feeling of winning and just all of our fans like behind us, like that just it changed the way that Temple feels for Temple in football, and we really like felt that way.
You were second team all conference this season. Do you feel you should have really been first team all conference this season?
Of course, I could say yes, but it is and what it is. Like, I see it as, all right, maybe I just have to play harder. So I take it as a gift, basically, because now, like, since I'm second team, I'm gonna stress as hard as possible to be an All-American next year if possible.
We're spending a few minutes with Dion Dawkins, the starting left tackle for your Temple football team. Big news came out this week that Matt Rule is going to be staying here at Temple University with that new contract. Pete Thamel had it from Sports Illustrated. Just how good of news was that to see? What was your reaction like when you saw that news?
It wasn't big at all, because I knew Coach cares about this team. So all of the guys didn't stress about his interview with in Missouri or anything. Like, deep down in my heart, when I knew that that Coach Rule and would stay and behind and what he said. And one thing that Coach said when he was recruiting me, that he'll stay as long as possible to get me where I want to go. And I believe that he said that to every other guy. So he has to stay here to keep and his word. So I trust him, and I knew that he was staying. So it wasn't a big shock. I'm just happy that he got a better contract for and his family. But as far as him leaving, the team knew that Coach Rule was staying behind Temple.
It was also never a shock when a coach goes out there and interviews for another job. That's just how college football is. But that was coming right before the American Athletic Conference Championship game. Really, when you take a look at it, how did he handle that internally? Because you guys were preparing for an American Athletic Conference Championship game, but there were still some of those rumors or maybe even distractions out there.
Well, Coach started off with having a team meeting and continued to stress our brand and our process. And one of our things is just block out the outside noise. And all that stuff was really just outside noise, because we all know who Coach Rule is, and he's that guy that stays by and his word, and he said that he was staying. So we knew right off of the top that he was staying with us, Temple football.
Going into the SMU week, there was a lot of speculation that you might not even play, and that you might even be sidelined. It ended up not being one of your better games. How did you make sure that afterwards you were able to rebound after the SMU game?
First, the SMU game, I had the flu, and it was really bad. My energy level was really low, but I figured my team needs me, so I have to play. And it was in one of my worst games, I would say. But I just took it as, all right, I played. I'm going to have to keep and moving forward to get this team where it wants to go and where we are heading. So I just had to just suck it up and just play.
There's still one more game remaining in this season, and obviously you guys want to win, go to 11-3. What are you projecting, though, forward for next year? I know it's a little too early because you still want to make sure you end this year off right, but what is the projection for next year now?
I really can't even say, because that's way too far. But of course we are gonna win a championship. We have to win a championship here to bring a championship to Philly. And I want everybody on the offensive line and everybody on the offensive side of the ball to be All-American, All-Conference, everything. So I just want everybody that's playing and everybody on the team to be as best as possible.
You talk about your energy level in that SMU game and how it was hurt, obviously, from the flu. And I've noticed that even though you're a junior, you're still a leader for this team. You get everyone huddled up before the game, and I don't even know what you chant. It's like a scene from like the movie 300 where they go, "Spartans, what is your profession?" And everyone just goes, "Ahoo, ahoo, ahoo." That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
What do you actually say to your teammates right before the game? Because you're very vocal.
Yeah, and before the game, and I bring everyone in, and I just let them know and just keep it in their mind that we represent university, and everything that we do is a reflection of this team and this and university, and we have to and take that serious because of my past, but just certain things you just have to take serious, and I just let the team know, and my exact words is I play for Temple, and everybody repeats that so they hear it and they say we play for Temple. So then I tap my chest, I play for Temple.
It's so funny to hear it now in a soft-spoken voice.
really.
When you see the video and he's like, play for! And it's like, yeah, let's go! And it's like ready to run through the wall.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to be that leader, that full leader next year, with Kyle no longer going to be here because he's going to graduate after this game. How are you going to embrace being now the full-time leader when you've still been a leader in the past and had that experience?
It's really no different because I'm a leader now, so it's not like a big turnaround. And the guys follow me and they respect me. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and lead this team to a championship and protect PJ to lead this team to a championship because the quarterback is in charge of the team and the offense.
What improvements have you seen from PJ from last year to this year?
Maturity. He's matured up. He's becoming a great man, and I feel by the way that he prepares for every game, it's at a extremely high level. He stays in the facility all night and studies film, sits and with the coach. Even but when we don't have to, he's always there. He's always usually one of the last guys to leave and one of the first guys in every day.
How's his presence inside the huddle?
Great. We all and look at in PJ, and if he has and that look we're gonna go out there and do this, then that's what and we follow. As long as PJ has a confident look in his face, then the whole team, the whole offense is in a confident state of mind.
We're spending a few minutes with Dion Dawkins, who joins us right now on WHIP Radio in Philadelphia, the starting left tackle for your 10-3 Temple Owls, which will play Toledo in the Boca Raton Bowl. And Tyler's getting all these awards now nationally, which is nice to see. One on the Jersey Award, the Bednarik Award comes out tonight. Have you been communicating with Tyler when he's being a Hollywood superstar, winning all these awards?
Every day. And one of the things is that just stay and level-headed because Tyler knew where he was heading because he plays at an extremely high level, and it's no different. Just stay and level-headed and continue to be that humble person and that you are.
Temple's not used to this success, and they have 10 wins this year. If you win on December 22nd, that's 11 wins. That's the most in program history. This senior class, though, you know it. It's very special.
Very special.
What do you learn from those seniors, and how tough will it be to replace those guys?
It's gonna be tough to replace all of the leaders because almost all of our seniors are mental and leaders and also in physical and leaders on the field. And the one thing that I've learned from the seniors is just preparation and focus. Just stay focused on that next play, and if the previous play is a bad play, flush it and just make the next play and your best play ever, and then you can flush that last play and move on. And that's kind of in what the seniors preach on the field. But if there's a bad rep, the seniors step up and be just flush it, move on. We have another play next. Let's just move on.
There are two players on this offense who are leaders but aren't seniors, and that's P.J. Walker and Jahad Thomas. How hard is it being an offensive lineman when you don't always know where they might be? P.J. might be rolling left, he might be rolling right. Jahad Thomas might be cutting your way, and then you blink your eyes, and then he's already halfway up the field. How hard is it being an offensive lineman with them in the backfield?
It's very difficult, but our coaches preach to play until the whistle because we have PJ and Jahad in the backfield and they're very agile. So I see it as if if we stay on our blocks until the whistle and just play until the whistle is over, then it's fine. But it is very difficult.
A lot of the college football teams love to run either 2 or 3 running backs. I mean, you guys had even upwards of 4 running backs running. So how different is it then with a Jagger Gardner, who's more of a power back, but then you go back to a David Hood, who's a fast guy? Does that change anything you do?
No. It doesn't change anything. Our steps are the same, our landmarks are the same, and no matter who is in backfield, the only thing that we have to do is just play until the whistle.
Who do you think's the most improved offensive lineman is this year?
Eric Lofton.
And he's had to go through a change because they bounced him around a bunch of times. And he started at tackle, then went to guard, now been playing tackle. He's been playing both of them throughout the year. Just how did you know that Eloft was really going to go out there and have a success when they've been bumping him around?
When I noticed that he started to believe in himself, like, cause really, like, Elof, like, first, well, I call him like Elof, but Eric.
I think everyone does.
Yeah.
It's his Twitter.
Yeah, Elof, like, really, like, last year was like his first year playing, like basically, and once he realized that he had somewhat of success and that the coaches like stressed to him that you're a great player and you're gonna make a lot of money playing in this game, then like it finally clicked, and he realized that, wow, I'm actually a great player and I could be an amazing player. And once like the O-line noticed that, like, all right, Elof is practicing a lot better, he's studying better, he's studying more film, and we just seen, all right, Elof is gonna be something special for us in this year, in which he was. And I'm happy that he got the first team the all conference spot.
We're wrapping up with Dion Dawkins, who's kind enough to join us right now in studio. Tyler, even when you guys were 2-10, always said he believed in this group.
Mm-hmm.
And he always talked about how he has the faith that this group is one day going to be better than that. And in that final home game, you reversed that record from 2-10 to 10-2.
Right.
Why did you guys believe in yourself? If someone was to come to you guys when you guys were 2-10, you guys would have told me, hey, we'll turn this thing around. Why was that?
We just kept believing in the process. Like we work hard and we play hard, and eventually like it's gonna show. Like I would say like basically that like success like doesn't happen like overnight, and the way and that like Coach Scott like has his training and Coach Rule coaches and my O-line coaches, like we just had to take time and not push too forward where we weren't ready. Like this year like was our and ready year. Last year was, all right, we're 50% ready, and this year it was just like our and breakout year, and it's not over yet. We have one game left to show everybody how great and we really are.
We always talk about the atmosphere at Lincoln Financial Field, but the hot topic now is an on-campus stadium. Do you pay attention to any of that stuff, and do you want an on-campus stadium?
I really don't pay any attention to it. But I'm happy for the younger guys that will get to play in that stadium and have an official home base. And besides like thinking about it, no, that's just side noise. Whatever happens. Like we can't control anything that we can't control. We have to control the controllables.
Now, before we let you run, we have a lot of people out there that listen to us, and they always want to know what the feel is right now with the team and how players are reacting to going to a bowl game, because it's just been such a special season and one that a lot of Temple football fans have been waiting for a long time. So talk to our listeners at home that are big fans. Just give us that whole vibe of the team as they get ready to go to Florida.
The vibe that I could say it is that we're like this is gonna be our best game, because it's our last game and we lost the Houston game, so we're taking like this game as our championship game now, and we have to win. Our last game has to be a win so we can like get that record for Temple and history. Like even though that none of us like think about that, but our team wants this win so bad because of our last game, and they're going to play as hard as ever. Especially leaded at my Tyler. Tyler stresses that, so it's gonna happen.
What would you give up to get this win? Was there anything you'd give up that's really special to you? Like that, what's that thing that you always ride around on that I see?
Hoverboard.
The hoverboard. Would you give that up for the win?
I would give up anything in the world for this win. Almost anything in the world. Almost anything. But yes, the hoverboard, throw it right in the trash.
I'll be honest.
He
This
can have
hoverboard
both.
is such a sensation now. And I look at it, because I'm a big guy like you, and I'm saying, my big butt's not going to be able to roll around on that. I'll fall right on my face and make myself look like a fool. Is that thing like sturdy when you're
Yes.
driving around on it?
Yeah, it's very sturdy, and it's fun. So and I really can't and be on it in the season. So once the season's over, I'm gonna get back on that.
Awesome. You gain some weight in season if you're not getting all those extra steps in. Is that why you have Jeremy Scott and little Chris Weasahan going, "Hey, get off that hoverboard! Come on!"
Right.
All right, Dion Dawkins in studio with us. Dion, thanks so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.